But emerging out of this story is hate speech. That is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. Now, you may remember that in September of last year, Jimmy Kimmel said that MAGA people were partially responsible for the assassination of Charlie Kirk. It was an outrageous comment, a stupid comment, foolish comment. I gave Kimmel some slack, and I did so because everybody makes mistakes. I've been doing this 50 years. I've made mistakes. So I said, look, the guy probably didn't think it out. I'm not asking for him to resign. I'm not asking for Disney to do anything other than to speak with the man and tamp it down. I thought that was a reasonable approach. I was wrong. Okay? Kimmel does not deserve the platform. He is a hater. He peddles hate. Now, a few points. So, if a conservative individual were hosting a late night show, a morning show, whatever show on a network, and they attack Barack Obama every day in a personal way, you think that person would be working there? On all three of them? No. That person would not be working there. Now, I'm not using bad behavior to point to other bad behavior. I'm telling you the reality of the show business world. But Kimmel is an ardent leftist. We had Rob Schneider on We'll Do It Live, and I said, what happened to Kimmel? Because I know Kimmel. And at one time, he was a decent guy, a funny guy, and he's no longer. And Schneider said it's his wife. Now, his wife is such a fanatical leftist and hates Trump so much that Kimmel is feeding off that. I don't know whether that's true or not. That's what Rob said on a record. Okay, so that's number one. This could only happen under a very liberal corporation, and that is the Walt Disney Company based in Burbank, California. That's what they are. And to back it up, you got The View. They could fix The View. That's not hard. Just bring in a couple of moderate women to sit on a panel. Is that hard? No. It's a hate fest. It's not as bad as Kimmel, but it's close. We hate Trump every day, every way. All right, so now Kimmel says on April 23rd of this month, he says that Melania Trump, quote, will be an expectant widow. He was doing a gag. Expectant widow. This was before Saturday, a couple of days before, okay? So now Kimmel is under a microscope again. That's pretty damning to say that when the president has already been the assassination of him twice. All right? Again, Kimmel's not smart enough, in my opinion, to understand what he's saying. He's not smart enough. Simply doesn't know. Now, Kimmel's posture has changed a bit. Go.
It was a pretend roast. I said, our First Lady Melania is here. Look at her, so beautiful. Mrs. Trump, you have a glow like an expectant widow, which obviously was a joke about their age difference and the look of joy we see on her face every time they're together. It was a very light roast joke about the fact that he's almost 80 and she's younger than I am. It was not, by any stretch of the definition, a call to assassination, and they know that. I've been very vocal for many years speaking out against gun violence in particular, but I understand that the First Lady had a stressful experience over the weekend, and probably every weekend is pretty stressful in that house. And also, I agree that hateful and violent rhetoric is something we should reject.
No, he agrees now. Reject hatred, hateful rhetoric. Wow. Boy, what a conversion, huh? Okay, February 6, 2025. Go.
Of all the unbelievable things about Donald Trump, religious people believing he is also a religious person might be the toughest one to understand. I mean, honestly. If Trump met Jesus, he'd call him a loser, he'd tell him to get a haircut and put a shirt on.
And I could give you, what, 50 more? On Barron Trump's birthday, Kimmel attacked the kid. 19. And this isn't hateful rhetoric, Jim? No, it's satire. According to George Clooney, satire. Go.
The people that I support, right, the Democrats, I'm a Democrat, I make no apologies for it. The people that I support, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, they didn't enjoy getting, chased down by reporters. People in power don't like to, have to answer all the questions in the world. That's fair. They shouldn't enjoy it.
No, what a bunch of bull. All right, Clooney told me that I was too rough on Obama and Obama was president and I should back off. A bunch of phonies. Okay, and because I had that big to-do with Clooney. Jane Fonda's popped up. Okay, her group is a free speech group. All right, the Committee for the First Amendment issued this, quote, in America, satire, not a crime, right? To mock, to challenge, and yes, to offend those in power is foundational in democracy. From late-night television, political cartoons, comedy, long served a powerful tool, expose hypocrisy, provoke debate, drive accountability. Sure, Jane, right, okay. But if it's your people, it's a little bit different, isn't it? Because I have a letter signed by Gavin Newsom as mayor of San Francisco demanding Fox take me off the air. And I am going to print that letter in Sunday's column, okay, on BillO'Reilly.com. So this is all nonsense. It's all, we hate Trump and we'll just find a way to hate him more. And you're not going to stop us from hating him. Now, economically, this has burned ABC News and the Disney company. Stock is way down. Everybody else in the Fortune 500 is way up. Now, I'm going to give you those stats in our YouTube bonus. I just don't want to overload here, okay? But the stats are amazing, how much Disney has suffered. You can't tell me that part of that is because of The View and Kimmel's hate. It's people are tired of it, okay? So the truth is, Disney is really the big villain here. Kimmel, not smart enough, all right? The View, they don't care. They're getting a paycheck. It's Disney. And that's the memo.